Hey, what's up, fam? Thank y'all for tuning in once again. As always, be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And when you do subscribe, hit the notification bell so every time I drop a video, you will be the first to know about it. So let's get into this Tyreek Hill situation, because I want to touch on this because, one, you got a brother who can't get out of his own way, no matter what it is. And two, this court system, this child support system has got to be overhauled. It's got to be one of the worst things ever created known to man, and it continues to be adhered to. And something's got to change. This is a prime example, but they don't even care. This is from, what to say, Hollywood Life? I thought it was Yahoo, but it's not. It says Dolphins player Tyreek Hill reportedly slammed with 2 paternity suits just weeks after getting married. The Miami Dolphins wide receiver married his wife Keita Vaccaro in November, but now 2 exes have brought lawsuits seeking child support against him. All right, let me break it down like this. One, fellas, here's what you got to understand. You can be in a relationship, you can have your wife, main girl, or what have you. And then you may have, you know what I'm saying, a couple little honeys on the side, a couple side pieces, or whatever, knockoffs, whatever you want to call it. The problem is that you may face is that everything is all good as long as everybody is cool with their roles. As long as no roles are changed, you can have a main girlfriend, and the other ones understand that or can believe that, or maybe they don't know. I don't know, and everything's good. But the moment that you wife one of them up, that other one gonna feel some type of way, and she may just get very upset. Now, let's say him and his girlfriend were, okay, what do they say? Engaged for a long time, right? And these other little Instagram models, fine with it, whatever. Like I said, maybe they didn't know. But then when they find out that he's engaged to get married, then one of them might sit there and say that to get one up on the other females, I'm gonna have a baby mom. Because they'll be like, no matter what, I got a connection with him that these other females don't have. And this dude ain't even thinking on that. He just thinking, hey, I'm making money. These are the girls I'm gonna mess with. You know what I'm saying? These are gonna be my chicks. They ain't gonna mess with nobody else. And they ain't thinking about babies, but if you have one, whatever, hey, $2,500 a month, that's fine. But then you mess around and now you finna, you keep them at bay. Everybody's fine. Everybody's cool. Look at Nick Cannon. He ain't married now. Now one of them girls, except Mariah Carey, and had all these babies. Now, if Nick Cannon would have came out and tried to marry one of these bras, every last one of them girls would have hit him with child support. Because that's how these women think. That's how women think. The moment, and you ain't even got to be side piece. It could be an ex-wife. It could be an original baby mother. And y'all got something worked out. But then one day you wake up and you about to get married, or they find out that you are engaged and about to get married, all hell breaks loose. They start to get paranoid. They're like, wait a minute. He gonna get this woman. She gonna stop him from taking care of the kids. He gonna stop taking care of me. Let me go and put these papers on her so I can guarantee that money coming in. That's all that this is. That's what it always is. Somebody is afraid of losing their position, thinking that they're one up on everybody, but then once they find out that, wait a minute, somebody else is trying to take my place, trying to get to where I'm at, trying to take from me, then stuff like this happens. Fellas, you gotta be careful who you're dealing with. Tyreek Hill is facing 2 paternity lawsuits from former partners, according to a report from the Daily Mail on December 14th. 2 women have came forward alleging that Tyreek, 29, is a father to children born this year and are seeking child support from the Miami Dolphins wide receiver. The news of the lawsuits came just weeks after Tyreek married his longtime partner, Keita Vaccaro, 27 on November 11th per Sports Illustrated. The first lawsuit was filed by Brittany Lackner, who claimed that she had sex with the NFL star in 2022. That lets you know right there about how ignorant that woman is. That how simple-minded, and she really ain't got it all up here. Because the first thing that it says you said was we had sex in 2022. Not that we had a relationship, we were dating, we did this, that, and the other, thought we were serious, and he just turned his back on me, all that kind of stuff. No, we had sex in 2022. We had a baby. Damn, that's all it was? That just shows you what your mindset is. That you went into this as a strict bust down. She gave birth to their child in March, and she shared a video of their baby wearing a tiny number 10 Tyreek's number Miami jersey on TikTok. See, hold on. She claimed that Tyreek demanded a second paternity test before agreeing to a $2,500 per month child support payment. So she posted a picture of your baby with the number 10. So that's just a flaunt. So I believe she knew that you was engaged and or knew that you had other chicks on the side, and she was trying to mark her territory like pissing on a tree with a dog. Brittany slammed the alleged offer in her filing. The father is first of all, like I said, she agreed to $2,500, but now that you're married, oh, it ain't good enough now. The father is a member of the Miami Dolphins, earning a salary of $30 million a year pursuant to a 4-year contract. In stark contrast, the mother is unemployed, has no income, is in debt, is on Medicaid, and has no means of support. This woman is in her 20s and ain't working. Sorry excuse for a human being. I don't give a damn doggone how many children you have, how many baby daddies you have. Dude, I know women who have multiple kids, multiple baby fathers, and out there trying to work, trying to grind, trying to hustle, trying to do things. I know some who are sorry as hell too, but I know some who are out there trying to do their thing and trying to work and struggling. And mind you, these are based on decisions and choices that they made. Granted. And so you have to face the consequences of all the choices that you make, good or bad. But for this girl to have a baby, not even a year old, and says she can't, unemployed, has no income, in debt, on Medicaid, but you flossing on TikTok, Instagram, or whatever the case, and you got no means of support, why? She's, quote, end quote, she said in the filing per DM. What is DM? Daily Mail. Tyreek reportedly proposed a joint custody arrangement in another suit filed. So why couldn't you do joint custody? Because he got all the money. That's why I understand, as I said, about the child support system in this country. If he's making all the money, then, and if it's about money, then he would be the best person to actually take full custody of the child. Because a woman says she can't make no money. So unless she's like semi-retarded, which she probably, I'm sorry, unless she's like got a mental issue or physically crippled, that would mean that either way, Tyreek Hill took advantage of her because she's mentally and or physically incapable of doing for herself. Unless that's the case, she should be out there making money. Like the story I did about the 86-year-old woman who working at FedEx in the assembly line that got hurt at like 1 o'clock in the morning. She can get out there and do that. So it ain't nobody else's fault that she ain't out there working. Lord have mercy, where they find these. Oh God. And this is what our country is breeding. And we got guys who don't have the sense enough to even know how to decipher that and move on from that. That's why they tell you, man, if you're an athlete, you young and you making a lot of money, man, they say, I don't know, it's kind of hard to think about it now, but get a vasectomy. Hell, Michael Jordan did it. After he got divorced the first time, but then when he got remarried, he got it reversed and got a couple of kids with his new wife. I mean, shoot, man, take that chance, because I don't know. I don't know. The second lawsuit was from Kimberly Baker, who said that she had sex with Tyreek. Had sex with Tyreek in August of 2022. So I don't see no relationships here. It's just sex. She claimed that a paternity test in August, had sex in August. Those said had sex in March. So you only had sex one time. So like I say, ain't no relationship, no long-term side piece, concubine, nothing relationship. We just got knocked down and got pregnant. So Tyreek here is ignorant. She claimed that a paternity test proved the Dolphins player's paternity. In the filing, she said that Tyreek had been paying her $2,500 a month, but she alleged that the cost of care for their daughter was closer to $10,000. The father has, in fact, demonstrated utter and abject unconcern for the child, who is wholly failing to act as a parent and is completely failing to support the child, her lawyer said in a statement. Here's what I don't understand. You don't have relationships because, again, you said you had sex in a certain month. Other person said they had sex in a certain month. No one is saying that they had relationships with this guy long term. You know, went on vacations, went on dates, helped pay each other bills, was there for when he was injured, if he had any kind of injuries or whatever. She was there for him. He was cook for him, clean his house. None of this. Y'all just had sex. And you had babies. So obviously the dude has no feelings or no caring about you, but he's going to do his responsibility, say, hey, I'll at least pay the money, because, you know, his role model is probably Nick Cannon, again, probably saying, hey, look, Nick Cannon do it like this. Well, I can't do it like this. But the problem is, dude, look at her. Whether he make $30 million a year or $30 million for the contract, I don't know. I have to look in and see. In athletes, average playing time is, what, 4 years? He's 29, so he's been blessed. So to say, so he got kids who are newborn. So he's going to have to pay some form of child support for the next 18 years at least. And then the kids want to go to college. You got to help pay for that. And basically you should be there. If you're a true parent, you're going to be there to support your kids to the day you die, regardless, whether you like it or not. This man will be lucky if he's playing 5 years from now. So those millions of dollars that he's making, everybody knows will stop soon. Now these baby mamas want to cash in to get as much of that as possible. Okay, understood. But what are you going to do? And you see Terrell Owens, his situation back in the day. He used to go to court fighting to get child support reduced after his career was over because he wasn't making the money. He had no way of making money. He pretty much screwed up all his possibilities of making a lot of money just by the way he conducted himself while he was playing, and they blackballed him, I'm sure. So this guy, I don't know if he got any investments, got any other businesses, but he's not going to be making $30 million a year till the day he died. But I think he's also paying child support for other kids too. So I'll say by the time he's 35, 40, by the time he's 40, he'll be broke. And he'll be going through child support problems, and his kids will still gonna have needs. These kids that he shouldn't have had in the first place. He should have been smart and just said, hey, either use protection or, like I said, get snipped and clipped and call it a day. Or shouldn't have just dealt with him at all and just kicked it with his fiance, his new wife. But these women got these lawyers making it seem like these folks had these long-term relationships and it was just a hit and quit, shooting up the club, and babies came out. Like I said, the child support system needs to change. If they're talking about there's no kid, I remember I was in, just like this, I was part of the child support system, and I would say that for my daughter, and she lived with her mother, and mother was married, you know, I myself was given, let me just say less than $1,000 a month in child support. More than 500, less than 1,000. Okay. That was on my end. So so it's like the mother, I guess supposedly should be paying half, whatever comes after that, another half, right? I don't see where an infant child is going to cost $10,000 a month. Now, unless taking daycare, they got nannies. No, not a child. Not for child support. It's only for kids. I don't see, now I know daycare can be few $100s a week. But I don't see an infant child, a child less than a year old, costing $10,000 a month to take care of. Because the average child, let's say, is going to be like $500,000 to raise for 18 years, but you're going to knock that out in a year, well, 4 years. In 4 years, this child going to be, I know you probably want to go have them in private schools, and then they're going to be extracurricular activities, and that costs a lot of money. I get it. Probably want the finest clothes for your child, not you. I can get it. But you know what? I say it like this. I think the child support system should do something like this. Like this woman's situation where they not working, they can't make no money. So here's what I would do. I would say, look, you are sound money, body and mind. You got your 10, you 10 toes down, 10 fingers, 10 toes. Here's what you do. Since the courts put themselves in it, the courts should be the ones to delegate where the money goes. So let's say he paying $10,000 a month for child support. This can last anywhere from 2 to 4 years, depending on what educational track you choose. If you, I say anywhere from 18 months to 4 years. Let's say you want, well, it could be more if you're gonna try to be a doctor or something. But let's say we're gonna give you this money in that time, because we know $10,000 should be just fine. If you don't like it, send the child with their daddy and call it a day, and you do your thing. But you should go to school, learn a trade, get a 2-year degree or a 4-year degree, or maybe get a doctor's master, whatever. Well, after the 4 years, you on your own. But I would like give them like 2 years, learn a trade to get a degree, so that way you can start making your own money. Because there's degrees you can get for 2-year degree where you can make good 6 figures. Even some trades you can make 6 figures for men and women. Or 4-year degrees, make mid to high 6 figures. But you do that. This is your obligation the courts are put on you. Make your money, because you're not doing your child any service. Because again, this man will not be playing NFL for the next 18 years. Just ain't gonna happen. He ain't gonna be making this kind of money for the next 18 years. So what you need to do is prepare for you and your child's future and get off your ass and go make some money. Because you in your 20s. Just like he in his 20s too. Go out there, get a degree, get a certification, get a trade, make money for yourself. Still, you can get the child support, but now your child can live a lot better and not just off that man. Because once his money goes down and he's not making that kind of money, you got to get back to reality like the rest of us and raise your child like the rest of us. It just is what it is. Because if not, he gonna be trying to get his child support lowered. And then gonna be risk going to jail and all this kind of stuff. And that's not going to be good for the child. Because this is who it's about, the child, right? But that's what I would say. I mean, but what do I know? It say Tyreek has reportedly tried to get both suits thrown out. He allegedly claimed that because his child with Brittany was conceived in Kansas, she should not have filed for paternity in Florida. He made similar claims about Kimberly living in Los Angeles. Each lawsuit is ongoing. Tyreek married Keita in November after proposing to her in 2021. She's also a former New Orleans Saints safety Kenny Vaccaro's sister. And again, like I said, I think he already paying child support on a couple other kids. But anyway, let me get out of here. That's all I got for this story. Hey, like I said, the child support system need to change too. People like Tyreek Hill, man, y'all got to do better. You got to do better. You get blessed to be able to play a sport, make tons of money, and you waste it, squander it, and get rid of it by dealing with women who shouldn't even be in your circle in the first place. If they are in your circle, they should know their role and understand their role and have respect enough to know not to cross any boundaries. But anyway, tell me what you think of this story. Leave your comments below, then share it with the world. With that being said, I leave you in peace, and I'll see you on the other side.